Welcome to 69th lecture. We are studying power factor correction in three-phase systems, and in this lecture we will solve an example given our delta connected source and our delta connected load. Right, the power factor of this delta connected load, we will improve the power factor of this delta connected load by introducing three capacitors, one in each phase. These three capacitors. Right. The the items that are given are the old old complex power, the magnitude of old complex power. This is 6 MVA, 6 MVA. This is 6 MVA load, and the power factor is 0.75 lagging. We want to introduce three capacitors like this, one across each component of the load, and we desire the power factor to be improved to 0.98 lagging. Whereas the line voltage, this one between any two lines, the magnitude of it is, this is the line voltage, the magnitude of it is 13.8 kilovolt. The magnitude of the line voltage is 13.8 kilovolts. So all these things given, we are required to find the value of the capacitor that we should connect in each phase. Through AB, BC, and CA. Right. We already have solved a problem for power factor correction, but for a three-phase Y-connected system in our last lecture, in lecture 68. In this lecture, we'll do the same, but for a delta connected load. To start with, we draw the power triangle of the load without these red drawn capacitors, the power factor correcting capacitors. Right, before we have introduced these capacitors, the power triangle is like this. We have this P old, Q old, and S old. S old is given to be 6 MVA, and theta old, we know that this theta old is the inverse cosecant of the power factor. Power factor is given, it's 0.75 lagging before we have introduced capacitors. So inverse of it gives us 41.4 degrees. So now we have in this old power triangle, we have this angle and this S known. And of course, we can compute this P and Q. P is S cosecant of theta, Q is S sine of theta. So we compute P and Q using the trigonometric identities, power old, P old, and Q old. Right. Now the new power factor is 0.98, which we want to obtain by introducing these three capacitors. To do that, we first obtain the new angle theta nu by computing inverse cosecant. So now we have this complicated triangle. This triangle contains the old triangle, the blue one, and the new power triangle, the red one. We see that power old, P old, is the same as P new, because by introducing capacitors we are adding a negative Q and we are not adding any P, because P, the average power dissipated in capacitor, is 0. Therefore, after introducing capacitors, the power P, the average power, remains the same. So this is the new power triangle. In fact, we have both triangles in this drawing. The blue triangle is the old triangle, the red triangle is the new triangle. 11.47 degrees centigrade, 11.47 degree is the power factor, is the angle of the new triangle, whereas 41.4 is the angle for the older triangle. So this Q nu, the red triangle, can be computed perpendicular over base. We know perpendicular over base is tangent of theta. It's tangent of theta. So using this trigonometric identity, we compute the new Q, that comes out to be 0.913 megawatt. Now this is the Q, the reactive power. that was introduced by the capacitor. This capacitor bank containing these three capacitors. Since we have now this reduced Q nu, this much is the reduction caused by these capacitors. So the reduction in Q caused by this capacitor is Q old minus Q new. So 3.07 megavar is the reactive power that was introduced by these newly added power factor correcting capacitors. So we know that Q capacitor or Q, the reactive power, can be written as square root of 3 VL where IL is the current flowing through capacitor, and we know that IL can be written as VL over the capacitive reactance. But this is we know that this is I phase. That must be I phase. Since we are dealing with the line quantities, so I phase would be multiplied by square root of 3. It will be multiplied by square root of 3 to make it IL, because we are dealing with line quantities here. So we have written this expression in the form of line quantities. The same expression can also be written in terms of phase quantities, but in that case we have a 3 here instead of square root of 3 Vp Ip. But here we have line quantities, therefore we have a square root of 3, and this ratio gives us phase current, so we have to multiply it with square root of 3 to make it the line current. And now we have everything known. Q capacitor is known, square root of VL is square of VL is known, the line voltage, it is given, it's 13.8 kilovolts. Pi is known, F is known. Initially F is 60 hertz, it was given, oh I haven't written it here. Okay, F is given to be 60 hertz. So we are working in a 60 hertz system, so F was also given, right? So everything is given except this C, the capacitance. So C can be written as Q capacitance divided by 2 multiplied by 3. This square root of 3 multiplied by this square root of 3 makes it 3 square root of 3 squared 3. So putting these values in gives us C to be 14 microfarad. This means that to correct power factor or to improve power factor from 0.75 lagging to 0.98 lagging in this system, we have to connect 3 capacitors, one in each phase between AB, BC and CA, and each one of them should be of value 14 microfarad. This one, and even this one. So we have to connect 3 capacitors, and each of these capacitors should be equal to 14 microfarad. That will improve the power factor of this delta connected load from 0.75 lagging to 0.98 lagging. That's all for this lecture, and we will stop studying three-phase circuits in this lecture. With this lecture, we'll stop studying three-phase systems, and in the next lecture, we will start studying transient analysis of electrical circuits. Thank you.